Yo, 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 what is up? What is up, guys? What is up? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back for another edition of our watch along video. This time around, it's Arsenal. Yes, the Arsenal Jamas, the Ninjas, or guys, as you'd like to call them, football club. Yes, playing against Bayern Munich in the Champions League is actually the tie of the Champions League so far, because both these teams are on top. In fact, both teams have 100% record. Arsenal coming to this game on the back of 4 straight victories in their 4 Champions League games this season, and so do Bayern. And of course, for Bayern, they're very much buoyed, but a very impressive victory last time around in game week 4 against PSG. And actually, for the majority of that game, they were down to 10 men and they managed to beat PSG, who are the current holders of the Champions League. So that is why I say so far this is the tie of the round. It might only be the league phase, but of course it's a very big game because both teams are stuck on, no, not really stuck, but are level on 12 points apiece. Yes, Bayern are actually top because of actually scoring more goals. In fact, Arsenal are the only team this season in the Champions League who are yet to concede a goal. So I don't know whether that's going to change today, but we are going to see. So, as always, guys, welcome to the channel. This is your boy right here, Vinskey Valor. Yes, and as always, if it's your first time on the channel, do smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you are not already subscribed. For those of you that are returning subscribers, make sure that you support the channel by liking the video. So at least also have a number of games that are going to take place today. It's not only Arsenal and Bayern Munich who are playing. Also have Liverpool versus is it PSV? Yes, PSV, Liverpool versus PSV. Yeah, Liverpool hoping for a much changed, a much improved performance today against PSV. And let's hope that they're going to be able to get over the line because they're in serious shambles. In fact, if they did not know, they're already in a crisis that we do hope that they'll be able to turn it around. For the manager's sake, let us hope that he'll be able to turn it around, or else he'll be out of the job. So, but anyway, for our featured game, as always, yes, it's Bayern Munich. And then, of course, let's have a look at the lineups for Arsenal. As always, like I've always said on many Arsenal streams before, much unchanged team from their very impressive win against Tottenham. In fact, that destruction of Tottenham on Sunday, so in the North London derby. So Raya in goal, Timber, Saliba, Mosquera comes in for Hincap, and then of course Lewis Kelly as a left back who also replaces Calafiori. Then of course in midfield you're gonna have Zubamendi and Rice as always. That is always the midfield pairing for Arsenal. And of course the hero of Sunday's game, man like Eberichi Eze. Yes, Eberichi Eze. Yeah, I like that guy. He's a good player. One of the calmest players I've ever seen in football. He gets on with his business. He doesn't care about what other people do. For him, he's here to play the game and just do his thing. Yes, off a very impressive hat trick. Hat trick, his first professional hat trick of his career against Tottenham. In fact, that was the first hat trick in a North London derby ever since the 70s, yes, the early 70s. So, yeah, so Eze plays as the 10, or in this case, as the playmaker. And then, of course, Saka on the right, Trossard on the left, and of course, Merino continued to make his a very impressive performance and appearance up front as the lone striker, in this case as the false nine. So that's the lineup for Bayern. For Arsenal. For Bayern, I'm going to have a new in goal, Lima, Upamecano, Ta, and Stanisic in defense. In midfield, you're going to have Kimmich, actually, it's New who's the captain. So Kimmich in midfield with Pavlovic. Then, of course, Karl as the number 10. Then, of course, you have Olise on the right, Gnabry former Arsenal player. In fact, this Gnabry fella is actually a youth product of Arsenal's academy. So, Serge Gnabry, yes, he was sold by Arsenal to Bayern Munich a few seasons back. So, Gnabry now plays on the left, and then, of course, Harry Kane as the lone striker. So, it's actually a return to London for both Kane and Gnabry, and also Olise as well, because all those three players played for clubs in London. So Olise actually played for Crystal Palace, Gnabry played for Arsenal, and of course Harry Kane played for Arsenal's North London rivals, that is Spurs or Tottenham Hotspur, who also play in action today. They play against PSG. It's a repeat of the UEFA Super Cup final that was contested in August, in which PSG rather, the holders of the Champions League, came out on top against Spurs. So we're gonna have a small replay of that final. So in other games taking place in the Champions League, like I said, you have Liverpool versus PSV. Liverpool will be hoping that they can turn things around in that game. And then, of course, is it Olympiacos versus Madrid? Yes, Olympiacos versus Madrid. Sporting versus Club Brugge. And then, of course, Frankfurt versus Atlanta. Then the other big game gonna have it's Atleti versus Inter Milan. So yeah, so for the games that I played earlier, the ones that started at around 8:45 Kenyan time. Let me check, give you the scores, guys. Copenhagen managed to beat Kairat Almaty 3-2, while Pafos drew 2-2 with AS Monaco. So that is the result that was between the teams, the result of the game that was played earlier. Yeah, as you know, in the Champions League, it's a tradition that before the official 8 p.m. kickoffs, European time kickoffs, Central Europe time kickoffs, gonna have some games that normally start like 2 hours before the official kickoff time. So anyway, for our featured game, like I said, it's Arsenal versus Bayern. Yeah, so we're gonna see how both teams perform. Let's see whether both teams are gonna cancel each other out. But like I said, both teams very impressive in the Champions League this season. Yeah, so we're gonna see how they're gonna perform in this game. So let's hope that this is gonna be a classic, because actually Arsenal and PSV are Bayern have met each other a couple of times. Yes, and we are off. Yes, Bayern have kicked us off. Bayern have kicked us off. So Bayern in the all black strips, playing from right to left, and of course Arsenal in their matching strips, rather in their usual strips, rather, of red t-shirts and white shorts, playing from left to right. Yeah, so Bayern happy to keep the ball for now. They're happy to keep the ball for now. So Arsenal are just happy to sit back and maybe see how whether this Bayern team is gonna break them down. So this is Gnabry into Pavlovic into Upamecano into Stanisic. So that's Stanisic. This is Pavlovic. It's back with back with Noah. Noah kicks it long, looking for, was that Carl? Yeah, but the ball goes all the way back to Timber. It's now with Raya. So Raya kicks it long. I'm sure he's looking for run of Trossard. Well defended by Stanisic. Stanisic clears. Picked up by Olise. Olise. This is now Jonathan Tah coming forward across the halfway line. Yeah, as always, guys, do make sure that you are liking the video and subscribing to the channel. And of course, maybe you guys, you can also drop your predictions in the chat. Do let us know whom you think is gonna carry the day. Yes, who do you think is gonna win this game between these two teams? Two teams who are currently top of the Champions League phase group. Yeah, so This is Kane. As always, Kane knows how to come deep to get the ball. Timber in a foot race with Lima. Timber is actually faster than Lima, so he passes it back towards Raya. Raya hoofs it clear. Headed away by Tar. Picked up by this Kimmich. Kimmich, has he been fouled by Rice? Yep, it's a foul by Rice. So it's a foul by Rice. So yeah, actually taken it quickly. So Bayern currently happy to dominate possession. It's been 3 minutes of Bayern keeping the ball. Eze picks up the ball. Was he fouled by Tar? Yep, he was fouled. So it's a free kick to Arsenal. So guys, do make sure that you are dropping your predictions in the chat. Like to drop your prediction in the chat, you are free to do so. Let us know what you think. Let us know whom you think is gonna carry the day in this fixture, whether it's Arsenal, whether it's Bayern Munich. Whom do you fancy in this game? And of course, we are going to be here for every reaction, every goal. That is, if that does go in, we are gonna be here for all that. So it's a free kick to Arsenal. As always, Arsenal are the biggest threat from set pieces in Europe this season. Scored so many goals from set pieces. So it's Rice to the free kick to the box. Header by Gabriel Saliba over the bar. Was he offside? Was he offside? He was clearly offside. He was clearly offside. The goal would not have stood if the ball would have actually flown into the back of the net. So they are lucky. Bayern are lucky. I don't know why they are defending it that way, but maybe it's a strategy that they have employed today. It's picked up by Saka. Saka coming forward. Saka loses out. So throw into Bayern. Throw into Bayern. So don't worry, guys. We're gonna keep you updated on all the scores. And actually, shocking scoreline coming up, man. An update, man. PSV have already taken the lead against Liverpool. Man. I think Slot is gonna be done, man. So it's Liverpool nil, PSV 1. So Liverpool have already conceded against PSV by virtue of a penalty, man. So Liverpool are already losing in that game. Did Liverpool actually forget to play football or what? What the heck is going on over that club, man? What the heck is going on at that club? Yes, that is a current scoreline. In fact, they have conceded way early, man. Oh my God, these guys are in serious trouble. Long throw for Arsenal. Rice into the box. Cleared away by Pamecano. As far as Eze. Picked up by Skelly. Skelly tackled by Carl. Nice play by Carl. Let me see whether I can have a sneak peek at that Liverpool game. Yeah, we're still following the Arsenal game, so do not worry, guys. Do not worry. Do not worry. Oh, man. Yes, Liverpool are in trouble. Oh, man. That's why they say when it rains, it pours, man. There's actually a penalty here. So, who actually committed the foul? Was it Van Dijk or Konate? Oh, man. It was actually Van Dijk, yeah. So Van Dijk committed the foul, yeah. So it was a free kick to PSV. So then why we're following this is because this is very important. Because as far as the season is shaping up for Liverpool, it seems like it's gonna be a very long way back to the top for Liverpool. It's like they can't catch a break. Defeat upon defeat, man. In fact, in the past like 7 to 10 games, Liverpool have only won like 3 and they have lost 7. And that is a very poor start, man. The goal was actually scored by Perisic. Perisic, the former Tottenham player. Ivan Perisic, yes, Ivan Perisic for PSV. So Liverpool already on the back foot, man, they're in serious trouble. Serious trouble. Yeah. So anyway, Liverpool already losing to PSV. So I'm sure you Liverpool fans would want your team to turn it around. But so far, I don't know what's going on. Honestly, Liverpool, they're not even a shadow of the team that they were last season. In fact, it's like they forgot how to play football. You can't really call that a penalty unlucky. It wasn't unlucky whatsoever because they are the ones that messed themselves up. This is Saka away from Stanisic, intercepted by. It's actually Stanisic. Saka was actually playing against Lima. So, there's still no goals in the other games. Yeah, so the Liverpool game is the only one that has produced a goal so far. So, as always, gonna keep you updated across, yes, across the other stadiums and across the other fixtures, letting you guys know who is actually doing the madness. Yeah, so yeah, don't forget, guys, that Madrid, like I said, Madrid also playing against Olympiacos. So yeah, so there are a number of games that are being played today. So this Carl fella, man, seems to be playing well today, eh? But it's still early days, man. Let us not big him up and then all of a sudden see him doing the madness. Anyway, guys, do make sure that you like the video and subscribe to the channel. So this is Gnabry, switches the ball over to Olise to the far side. Olise versus Kelly. Olise. This is Stanisic. This is Pavlovic. Back to Olise. Back to Kimmich. Yes, Kimmich plays with the Tar back to Lima. Lima tries to get away from Saka. Kane. This guy, man. More of what you call a striker player maker for Bayern. Ever since he reinvented his game back then, he's not looked back. Yeah, so anyway, Olympiacos have also taken the lead against Real Madrid. So Olympiacos 1, Real Madrid 0. So nobody's expecting these big guns to be losing, but they've all considered early. Liverpool have already considered early to PSV, and Real Madrid have just considered to Olympiacos. So I don't know what's going on today, man. Honestly, I do not know what's going on. But it is still early days, man. It is still very, very early days. Very early days. As always, guys, like I said, make sure that you are liking the video and subscribing to the channel. If you are not already subscribed, if it's your first time here on the channel, make sure you're liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Timber with a late foul on Gnabry, but the referee just allows the game to continue because Bayern had possessions of the ball. And Bayern just keeping the ball, moving it from side to side in Arsenal's half, but they're not really doing anything with it. I don't know why. It's like they're playing a very patient build-up game. All Arsenal players are back behind the ball, man. All of them are behind the ball. Yeah, this is Kimmich. Kimmich into Pamecano. Pamecano looking for Gnabry. Gnabry versus Timber. Gnabry, the ball runs out of play. So, yeah. So, Luis Diaz, the new signing for Bayern, does not feature in this game because he was actually given a red card in the last game against, was it PSG? Yes. So, he's unavailable today. In fact, he's serving his suspension. So it's gonna be an automatic 2-game ban. So gonna miss this game, the next game. So for Bayern Munich in the Champions League, yeah, cause as always, uh, suspensions that are normally picked up in that competition only count in that competition. So unless maybe it was a domestic suspension. This Saka, well marshaled by Kane. Hey, this Kane fella, man. He's a striker, but he doesn't mind defending even inside his deep inside his own not box, but inside his own half. So anyway, Mosquera, Skelly recycles the ball. It's back with Raya, Raya into Rice. It's now with Trossard. Trossard, yep, foul on Trossard by Stanisic. Arsenal almost turned it over. They almost turned it over there, man. Trossard was fouled by Pavlovic. Yeah, Atleti have also taken the lead against Inter. So Atletico 1, Inter nil. So at least this round of games on this day is actually producing goals. As opposed to yesterday. Yesterday, yeah, around this time, no team had actually scored. So the updated scores currently, guys, PSV currently leading Liverpool by 1-0. Atleti just scored against Inter, so leading 1-0. And of course, Olympiacos have also taken the lead against Real Madrid. So those are the current scorelines. So in the other games, I have Sporting versus Club Brugge. Then, of course, uh, so Frankfurt versus Atlanta, and then of course Paris Saint-Germain, the holders versus Tottenham. So far in this game, neither team has created any clear-cut chance. Now you see why both teams are actually top. See now why both teams are actually top of the Champions League phase. So yeah, Liverpool have just equalized against PSV. So it's Liverpool 1, PSV 1. Saka coming forward. Almost goal. So wonderful pass into Saka. So well intercepted by Nua. So I hope Saka is okay. He's actually bleeding. He's bleeding. Hope he's okay. He's the captain for today for Arsenal. So Liverpool have actually equalized. So Sabozla with a goal for Liverpool. So it's Liverpool 1, PSV 1. So at least Liverpool are beginning to dig themselves out of trouble because actually they're in serious trouble, guys. Liverpool are in serious trouble. Not serious trouble, man. Serious trouble. Because they had better turn things around or else slot is gonna be done. In fact, if this poor run of fixtures continues for Liverpool, if they are to lose this game, then maybe go on to lose over the weekend against West Ham away, I think he'll be done. I think they're gonna let him go because they're already 11 points behind the league leaders in November. Because you see, if already in November, 12 games in, you're already 11 points behind the leaders, and that shows you how poor you are being, man. Because that's almost like you're losing a point every game to the current leaders because we have only played 12 games this season and Liverpool are already 11 points behind Arsenal. So that's why I said if they actually go on to lose this game against PSV and then lose against West Ham, I think slot is gonna be done. The Liverpool management is gonna pull the plug and say, you know what? We have cut our losses. We are done, man. We are done. You, man, you better get out of here, man. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter whether the guy won the league the previous season. Success is normally supposed to be sustainable. You don't just win the league and then the next season you just fall off the wagon like Liverpool have. So you're supposed to build on that, not just remain stagnant or static. But anyway, that is why their results so far actually defying expectations because everybody expected them to win everything across Europe, but somehow they have been unable to click at all. They have been unable to click. Anyway, this is Pavlovic. This is Tar. This is Kimmich. Yeah, Arsenal happy just to sit back in low block. Yeah, they're happy just to sit back and hopefully maybe they're gonna get the see whether they're gonna get actually they are the ones who are actually playing on the counter because it's been all Bayern so far. Bayern current possession is 71% because Vincent Company yeah, clearly loves his team keeping the ball for long and dictating play. But so far they've been unable to create any chances, man. So it's not a matter of just keeping the ball. You also have to create the chances. You have to create the chances. Anyway, it's a free kick to Bayern to be taken by Kimmich. So let's see whether they are gonna undo Arsenal from this set piece. So Kimmich crosses into the box, cleared by Saliba. Is now picked up by Pavlovic. Pavlovic back to Noah. Is now with Gnabry. Gnabry back to Kimmich. Kimmich into Olise. Olise tries to take on Trossard. Olise into the box. Yeah, ball is out for a corner. So corner was conceded by Trossard. So guys, do remember to smash a like on the video and of course subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. It's your first time here on the channel. Do that wonderful stuff of liking the video and subscribing to the channel. If you are a returning subscriber, do make sure that you support the channel by liking the video. It's a corner to Bayern to be taken by Olise. Olise to the box. Pamecano, poor header. Yeah, straight out of play. So yeah, this game so far, yeah, as you can see, both teams just trying to manage the game. Yeah, both teams are just trying to manage the game so far. Arsenal just happy to sit back and hopefully to play on the counter, which is actually an effective strategy because their defensive stats this season very impressive, very impressive. In fact, across all all European leagues, Arsenal have actually conceded the least amount of goals. They've actually conceded 0 goals in the Champions League and have conceded 6 goals in the league in 12 games. So it's very impressive, very impressive. So that's why they actually trust their defense. They trust their defense so much. Lima into trouble. Zubamendi is forces a corner of Stanisic. So not Stanisic, Lima. So it's a corner to Arsenal. Let's see what they're gonna conjure up from this corner. Saka, one's gonna take the set piece. Yeah, so as always, yeah, Saka also has a very wonderful delivery off the corner, off that left foot. So let's see what they're gonna conjure up. Man like Saka. Yeah, this clearly has no strength, The set pieces, man, that's clearly their strength. Saka into the box. Oh, goal! Julian Timber! It's 1-0 to Arsenal, man. 1-0 to the Arsenal. Hey! Set piece FC strike again, man. What a delivery by Saka. I just said it that he has a very wonderful delivery off the left foot. Any set piece, whether a corner or free kick. I don't know what company is complaining about, but that looked like a legit goal. I don't know what he's complaining about. Yeah, wonderful header by Timber. Wow, that was actually a very sweet delivery into the box, man. I don't know why Nua is complaining, because there was nobody close to him, Timber, yeah, that's very impressive, wonderful, rather. In-swinging cross by Saka. He just needed a flick-on header into the bottom right-hand corner of Nua's goal. So, I don't know what they are complaining about. Honestly, I do not know what they are complaining about because that's pretty much a very easy goal for Arsenal to score. And you see, that is what you need to do, especially when you play, especially offset pieces. Just put the ball into a very dangerous area and just let anybody just get a flick onto the header, and you'll be good to go. Because you just need to redirect that header in any direction, and you're good. You're gonna score, and that is exactly what Timber did. He just redirected that header into the corner, bottom right hand corner of Nua's goal. So I don't know why they are complaining, because Nua was not blocked off by anyone. He was not blocked off. In fact, he was actually poor goalkeeping. I don't know why he was doing this. I don't know why he was doing that. Yeah, because Timber just got in front of was it Kimmich? Then just redirected that header. Simple goal, man. Simple goal. No excuses for Bayern there. No excuses. They're clearly undone by that set piece. It's actually Arsenal having another free kick here, so Arsenal having another free kick, yeah. So of course it seems well Arsenal are gonna utilize their Arsenal. You see what I did there? Arsenal utilizing their most effective Arsenal, which is now the set piece. Uh, oh, Pavlo, why is he falling over? And see, that's why I said, as much as Bayern had dominated play for the majority of the first 20 minutes, they did not do anything with the ball. They were just keeping the ball in Arsenal's half, but they're not really doing anything with it. In fact, their tempo was so slow. So Arsenal are just happy to, and in fact, you know that any team is normally happy to see the opposition just play in front of them, because the rule of thumb, they say the worst thing that can ever happen to you as a defender or any defending team is if the ball is being played behind you. But if the ball is ahead of you, you are good, and that is exactly what Bayern were doing. Because Arsenal were very comfortable. Bayern were just happy to keep the ball, not doing any kind of damage. So Sporting have taken the lead against Club Brugge. So Sporting 1, Club Brugge 0. So Club Brugge currently losing to Sporting. Yeah, as you can see, passes completed 169 for Bayern, 41 for Arsenal. But you know, which is the stat that matters? It's the scoreline. Just now, I've actually taken advantage of, not really the scoreline, but we've actually taken advantage of the opportunity that came their way. But that was actually their first opportunity. So yeah. Oh, wow. Madrid have taken the lead. They've actually turned it around against Olympiacos, who has actually scored for them. Is it Mbappe or Vinho who has scored? Yep, Mbappe with a brace for Madrid. So it's Olympiacos 1, Real Madrid 2. So that is actually an updated scoreline. So Madrid, they have turned it around there. 2 goals in 2 minutes for Kylian Mbappe. Stand the game on its head. So yeah, at least Real Madrid have dug themselves out of that pit that they are currently in. They had actually fallen behind to Olympiacos. This is the rise into Trossard, this Skelly into the box. Cleared by Pavlovic. Yeah. Saliba back to Mosquera. I like what Arsenal do. I like their style of play. They do what we call in football, the first rule of thumb of football. I remember that is what I was taught way back in high school. You pass and move. Pass and move. You don't pass and remain static. Pass and move. So that's why all their players are quite mobile. As soon as you see from that progression of play, you could see as soon as Mosquera passed the ball to Rice, you could clearly see that he was already on the move, offering a passing option for Rice. So that is the first rule of thumb of football. Other than being taught how to kick the ball, he also taught how to pass and move, which is something that I think many teams have actually lost, because many teams just pass the ball and remain static. It's like they don't even offer a passing outlet for their teammate. As you can see right here, even the Raya is building up play from the back. As soon as the ball goes back to Raya, Mosquera already is offering himself as a passing option. So, which is what you should do. That is what you should do, man. That's why I said Arsenal are just doing the basics, man. People will call them set piece FC. You know what? They have been quite lucky set pieces, but at the end of the day, they're still playing the game, and there's nothing that says that you cannot score goals off set pieces. And that's exactly what they are doing. So it's Raya. Raya hoofs it forward, looking for Trossard. Trossard, come on, Trossard. Should be a whole lot stronger there, man. I don't know what you're doing, eh? Is Pavlovic into Stanisic. Squera, nice defensive header. Back to Raya. Raya with the pass into Zubamendi. Zubamendi into Saka. Zubamendi into Eze. Nice play by Arsenal, moving the ball from side to side. Skelly into Rice. Is now Trossard. Yep. Madrid have actually scored a third goal, so Madrid are now leading 3-1. It's actually a Kylian Mbappe hat-trick. So Mbappe with a first half hat-trick. 3 goals in 7 minutes. So it's Madrid 3, Olympiacos 1. Yeah, Mbappe already getting the match ball, eh? So Kane unable to get to the ball, well intercepted by Saliba. This is Merino. Eze! Eze! You should bury that chance. What happened there? Honestly, what happened there? What a fast touch from Eze through the legs of Tar. Then Eze was clean through. What was he trying to do? Was he trying to place it with his right foot? What a fast touch from Eze. Then through the legs of Pamecano. The poor finish from Eze. Come on, Eze. Poor finish. Kane turns over the ball, but at least his team bails him out. So is Pavlovic into Kimmich. It is now Tar, Stanisic. Sorry, Lima. I know I keep confusing these two, Lima and Stanisic. I keep confusing these two ninjas, man. Olise. This is Pavlovic. He's now with Tar. Back to Nua. The keeper was never shy of playing a ball on his feet, man. In fact, the keeper was very confident coming on. In fact, it's actually the keeper who reinvented the sweeper keeper role. In fact, because back in the day, never used to have sweeper keepers. Just used to have keepers that are just happy defending. Is Olise, Pavlovic, go! It is calm, man. 1-1, Bayern. 1-1. Just like that, man. Ball over the top from Tar into Olise. Olise managed to get the drop of Skelly. And then Olise just squared it across the box towards Carl. Carl passed the ball into an unguarded net. So it is 1-1, man. It's gonna be onside. Yeah, it's actually onside. What a pass from Olise, man. What a pass from Olise. It's actually a pass from Kimmich, yes. I knew that pass would only been delivered by a midfielder. That pass was only delivered by a midfielder. What a pass from Kimmich, man. And I've even a better finish by Carl, man. Company is so happy, man. So, it's 1-1. 1-1. At least the possession from Bayern has actually paid off. Can clearly say that that possession has paid off because yes, they conceded against the run of play, and then Arsenal, of course, were just happy to sit back and defend. But Bayern have actually made their possession count. At least they have equalized. So wonderful passage of play, man. Ball over the top from Kimmich. Wonderful ball into Gnabry. Then Carl. I don't know where the defenders were for us, no? Yeah, but this is what you call being caught out. This is Kane. Kane. Now, was he fouled? No, it's not fouled. Kane actually control that ball. That would have been a second goal for Bayern. Eh? It seems like maybe Bayern may have found something that actually works. Eh? Because it's like they want to play those balls over the top. Anyway, and that is officially the first goal that Arsenal have conceded in this season's Champions League. Eh? So, yes, Arsenal have actually conceded now their first goal in the Champions League this season. Like I said, they are the only team in the Champions League this season yet to concede a goal. This they have considered today. So, it's actually gonna be an interesting game, yeah. So at least so far it's living up to the hype, eh? Oh man, Gnabry, Saka. Yeah. That was almost a mistake by Gnabry, eh? This is Lima being pushed over to the corner. Gnabry eventually clears it, man. Into Olise. Olise misses the ball. Is Kane. Recycles it into Tar. Tar over the top. Oh man, it's a 2-on-2. 2-on-2. Pavlovic. Shot! Come on, man. Play with your teammates, man. He had two teammates in the box. Come on, man. Surely. That's unselfish play from was it Stanisic? Because Olise was by himself, man. He's even just pointing to him. Come on, pass the ball to me, man. Or was it Carl? Who was it? Who was that missed the ball like that? Was it Carl? So yeah, it was actually Stanisic. It was Stanisic. Yeah, Trossard is down, man. I don't know what's going on, eh? Seems to be injured. Yeah, Trossard seems to be down, eh? I don't know. Is he injured or what? I don't know whether he's injured, eh? But he's currently receiving treatment. So, anyway, it's a good game so far. It's a good game, yeah? At least, honestly, I didn't expect it to be a very difficult game for either club, but I knew that both teams maybe were going to cancel each other out at some point because Arsenal, very good from set pieces, and also Bayern Munich, not good from set pieces as well, but they are very good at keeping the ball. As you can see, Company likes it when his team keeps the ball, man. And it seems like Trossard will be unable to continue, so Madueke is gonna come on for Trossard. Madueke is gonna come on for Trossard. Yep. Sporting have scored a second goal against Club Brugge. So it's Sporting, Club Brugge, nil. And also PSG have actually conceded against Tottenham. So it's PSG 0, Tottenham 1. So Madueke has come on to replace Trossard. So Trossard has actually suffered an injury. So Madueke has come on to replace him. It's like these players, man. When one gets injured, another one is returns from injury. Because Madueke actually just returned from injury. In fact, he was on the bench against Tottenham. He actually came on as a sub. He's actually had been out for a number of games. I think since mid-September when he got injured. Then when he just gets back onto the team, now he's now available for selection. Now Trossard gets injured. So I don't know how long Trossard is going to be out for. It seems like might be a serious injury for him because he went straight down the tunnel. Olise has to get away, tackled Skelly. He was a wonderful player. Come on, referee. He want the ball to be played fast. So, anyway, let us see what's going to happen. Uh-huh. Mr. Nate, hope you are doing fine, my brother. Hope you are doing fine. You can let us know which team you support. Nice turn from Kane. Kane, but it's not blessed with pace. Wonderful play by Kane into Lima. He's now Tar. Pamecano into Olise. Olise coming forward. Olise to Stanisic. Olise. There's a player who was seriously improved since he left Crystal Palace. Olise was making the jump from Crystal Palace to Bayern Munich. That shows you that you are clutch, man. Olise into the box. All the way to Saka. Arsenal are just happy to defend right now. They're just happy to defend. So, and actually both teams have scored with their only shot on goal. Yeah, so their chances are be fine. Be far less. Oh wow, that said. Forgotten, man. Saliba picks up the ball. Saka back with Timber. Yeah, the chances have been quite few this game for either team. So, but you expected that to happen in this game because these are actually two teams that know how to play the game in this season. So they're currently just cancelling each other out. This Saka puts the ball well from Lima, Madueke, Skelly into Trossard. So not Trossard, Eze. Sorry, Eze. I don't know what I'm saying. Trossard was just taken. So anyway, so the throw into Arsenal. Going to Arsenal, yes. Still no change in the scorelines in the other games. So this is the only game that has produced a goal. Not this is not the game I produced. This is among the few games that have produced goals. Yeah, because Frankfurt still nil against Atlanta. In fact, actually, that's the only game that doesn't have a goal. Because in the other games, at least they've gotten at least one goal. Who actually scored for Tottenham? Let me see. Who actually scored for Tottenham against PSG? Because that would be a very, very massive result for Tottenham. If they had to get one over PSG. Current holders. So, yeah. I'm sure Thomas Frank is utilizing his tactic of 5 defenders, man. Eze, was he fouled? No, Eze was not fouled. Dua, it long. Olise. Olise switches the flanks. Looking for Carl. Kane. By Pavlovic. Not Pavlovic. Carl loses out. It's now with Mosquera. Now back with Saliba. Yeah, Arsenal just happy to let Bayern keep the ball. They're just happy to let them keep the ball because Another 2 yellow cards have been issued there. One for Arteta, the other one for Lima. I don't know why Arteta is so animated on the touchline. Come on, man. Take it easy. Just relax, man. Arteta. Take it easy, Arteta. Just take it easy. Take it easy. It's just a game, man. Nobody is gonna fault you if you are to go and lose this game. It doesn't really matter, man. Because in the grand scheme of things, you're still at least flying high in the Champions League and the league. So just take it easy, Arteta, man. But anyway, maybe that is what marks the stellar signs of a good manager. Because you don't maybe you want your team to win every game, man, and you're also very competitive. This is Zubamendi, Rice into Saka. Nice play by Arsenal. Now picked up by Saliba. Game is now tricking down into halftime. This is Madueke. Is Zubamendi. The box. Timber with the cross. No foul by Pamecano. So ball was actually picked up by Noah. It was actually well worked, eh? Don't know what Madueke is appealing for. Nice play by Pamecano. He just knocked him off balance, eh? He just knocked him off balance. Pavlovic. This is the Gnabry. At least Bayern have showed us that they can keep the ball well. But my concern is, even if they have all this possession, are they really gonna threaten Arsenal? Let's see what they're gonna do. Olise versus Kelly. Olise into the box. Olise into Kane. Oh! Almost a ricochet back into Kane, but it was picked up by Raya. Nice play from Raya, man. Saliba tried to clear the ball, then he just hit the backside of Zubamendi. Is Madueke. Saka, Madueke, cross it. Come on, Rice, shoot. Rice, come on, Rice. You do a whole lot better with that chance, eh? Yeah, so gonna have 3 minutes of added time, eh? 3 minutes of added time. 3 minutes of added time. Yeah, this Carl fella today, the one who scored for Bayern, is actually playing in the role that normally, whether the position is normally taken up by Musiala. But at least Musiala is almost back to full fitness now. But Musiala suffered was it a broken leg or yeah? At the beginning of the season. So he had been out since, was it August? So I'm sure he's almost back. Eh? Don't know how long he's gonna be out for. Let me just check. Don't know when he's gonna be back. Eh? Madueke, yeah, nice attack, but didn't come to nothing. Victor Olise is now Kimmich. Pavlovic. So let me check. When is he gonna be back? When is he going to be back? So as far as the suspensions, so let me check. Oh, he'll actually be back in mid-January. It's actually mid-January, not December. Mid-January. So because he had been out for 6 months. So no, I say that is because I want him to go to the World Cup to represent his country, because clearly Germany need him at the World Cup. Germany need Musiala at the World Cup, because Germany so far not been playing well. Yeah, and also Alfonso Davies has also been out with a cruciate ligament injury. He had been out since beginning of the year. So as you know, guys, cruciate ligament injuries, you're gonna be out for a minimum period of 9 to 12 months. So at least he's almost back, Alfonso Davies, because he's a dependable left back for Bayern. But well, the only two injuries for Bayern, Musiala and Alfonso Davies, because Luis Diaz is also unavailable through suspension. And that's halftime, guys. That is halftime. 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 Love to see the stats. Love to see the stats of all those games, man. Halftime. To get to see the goals that have been scored, man. And actually, PSV have actually equalized against PSG rather. PSG have equalized against Tottenham. So it's PSG 1, Tottenham 1. So at least the holders do not go into halftime on they do not go into halftime trailing by a goal to nil, but at least they have managed to get to equalize. Don't know who has scored for PSG. Is it Vitinha? What a shot, man. It was Vitinha. What a shot, man. The top corner, man. No chance for Vicario. Absolutely no chance for Vicario. Yeah. Tottenham just happy to sit back and soak up pressure. And that game is also at halftime now. So that game is also at halftime. So yes, all games are now at halftime. So updated scores at halftime: Paris Saint-Germain 1, Tottenham 1, Liverpool 1, PSV 1, Arsenal 1, Bayern Munich 1, Atletico 1, Inter nil, Frankfurt nil, Atlanta nil, Sporting Lisbon 2, Club Brugge nil, Olympiacos 1, Real Madrid 3. So the only game that has not produced a goal so far is Frankfurt and Atlanta. So anyway, we're gonna see how the second half is gonna unfold. We are going to see how the second half is going to unfold. In fact, Inter were the other team that had 100% record coming into this round of fixtures. So the three teams that were tied at the top with the 100% record were, or the are, Inter, Bayern, and Arsenal. So I don't know. It seems like if the current results were to remain, then all 100% records would disappear because all those three teams, Inter, Bayern, and Arsenal, are tied on 12 points at the top. So do know that whichever position you finish is gonna be very, very important going forward because the higher you finish, the the easier fixture you're gonna get. By easier I mean uh you're gonna be paired against teams that are actually finished in the low ranks. So that's why I said every league position, every league goal, every point in this league phase does matter because if eventually either of these three teams was to finish top, then when it comes to the league round of 16 draw, they'd actually be seeded. And you see, if you are seeded, that means that you play the first leg away from home, and then the second leg you play it at home. So that's why I said it's normally a big advantage for either team that does manage to at least get the finish high up in this league phase. So let's see whether I can have a look at the halftime stats. Not stats, but highlights. Let me see whether I can get one. I'm able to see the halftime highlights of all the goals that have been scored. See whether we can get one that shows us the goals. The Arsenal Bayern game, because that's the featured game for today. But in the meantime, I can also just go through maybe the stats that show you guys at least the how the progression of play across. Yeah, give me a second. Yeah. So anyway, you see. So far, the Arsenal Bayern Munich game. Yes, as far as the stats are concerned, yeah, the stats are very much in Bayern's favor, especially possession. Bayern have actually dominated possession in this game. Arsenal are just happy to play on the counter. Yeah, yeah, so Barca 63% possession, Arsenal 37. Expected goals for Arsenal 0.79. Then, of course, for Bayern Munich, it's actually 0.33. Total shots, both teams have 3 shots apiece, with both teams having 1 shot on target. And actually, both teams have actually scored with their only shots on target. And, of course, those 2 shots on target were also big chances for either team. So, both teams have actually scored with their big chances as well. So far, both teams proving why they are at the top of the league phase because actually demonstrating a high level of efficiency. Well, you don't really expect that efficiency to continue because having an efficiency of 100% is more or less unsustainable in football because it's, in fact, even in any sport or in any profession, having 100% efficiency is kind of hard. Eh? But once it comes your way, then you do take it. If maybe it can happen in 1 or 2 games, why not? Why not? Take the result, man. Yeah, so as far as passes are concerned, Arsenal have completed 143 passes and Bayern have completed 267. So fouls committed, that's not really important. Expected goals, we have talked about that. So anyway, so far, yeah, both teams, like I said, it's a very even game. It's only Bayern that have changed their possession, but as far as attacking intent, both teams more or less having the same level of attacking intent because as far as touches in the position box are concerned, Arsenal have got 9, while Bayern have got 7. Really, Bayern have created so many passes in Arsenal's half. Because like I said, in the first 20 minutes, but Arsenal are just happy to sit back. I'm looking at the highlights of that Liverpool game, that penalty from Van Dijk. What the heck is this guy doing? What the heck is this guy? So clearly, he's complaining that he was pushed by the striker. That is why he handled the ball. But his arms were up here. His arm was up here. So how does somebody push you and then you handle the ball from you actually and then now your arm is actually in this position, then you handle the ball. Make that make sense. And then he's busy complaining and saying, "Oh man, I was pushed." Come on, man. This is clearly an unnatural position. In fact, the ball was so far high that it actually hit him on the hand. Look at this distance from the top of his head to the top of his hand, man. Now the goal from Liverpool, it was a poor save from the goalkeeper, man. He saved it into the path of Sabozla. Sabozla just passed the ball into an unguarded net. There was nobody there, man. There was nobody there. The keeper was already down. As far as the Tottenham game are concerned, goal was actually scored by Richarlison. Wonderful goal from Richarlison. Well worked. To the far end towards Tell. Then Richarlison, the free header at the back post. Wonderful header from Richarlison. Yeah, because you see, this PSG team is made up of very technical players. Technical players who are not very physical. So they will actually concede from time to time of set pieces or crosses because the entire midfield is made up of very, very short players. But the equalizer from Vitinha, what a shot, man. What a goal, man. What a goal, man. Keeper clearly had no chance, man. You don't save those. Even if you had 2 keepers, man, you're not getting close to that ball. You are not getting anywhere close to that shot. Then Mbappe with the first half hat trick, 3 goals, man, in the space of 7 minutes for Kylian Mbappe. Yeah, that is also halftime score line, eh? For you guys that do play fantasy, Champions League fantasy, I hope you had Mbappe in your team because anyway, sometimes these Madrid players, especially somebody like Mbappe, you never really know when he's gonna perform. It's like whenever you have him in the team, fantasy, he doesn't perform. But when you take him out, that is when they start performing. In fact, if there's ever a game that teaches you how to be patient, is fantasy. Because fantasy will actually push your limits, man. It will actually test your patience. Because you'll get a player, put him in your team for like 3 games, he doesn't score or even gets any points for your team. Then as soon as you take him out of your team, starts performing. Then as soon as you bring him back, the form flips. So you have to be really, really patient. That's why in fantasy they say rule of thumb: whenever you transfer in a player, unless he gets injured, make sure that you just keep him in your team for a minimum of maybe five games. Give him at least a window of 5 games. If he doesn't perform after that, then you're free to take him off. But there are those that you give them 5 games, they don't even perform at all. But as soon as you take them out, start performing. We call it the curse of the most transferred out player. It's a curse that clearly exists. Like right now, if I was to give an example, in the Fantasy Premier League, in the EPL, because Eze scored a hat trick for Arsenal against Tottenham, mainly people are gonna transfer him onto their fantasy teams. But what they also don't realize is that there's also that curse that the reverse is also true. There is a curse for the most transferred out player scoring a lot of points and then people just reversing that decision. And there's also a curse of the most transferred in player. Because if you actually transfer the guy into your team, begins to dip. Then as soon as you transfer him out, like I said, the reverse happens. So that's why I said whenever it comes to fantasy, do make sure that you play the game for the long haul. You don't just play the game for a short while and then you hope that things are gonna turn around. No, you have to have the resilience and the patience. Not only in the Champions League fantasy, but also any fantasy Premier League game out there. I'm sure there's so many other fantasy Premier League other sports. You have one in the NBA, have one in the NFL, have another one in they have one in rugby. Don't watch rugby. Could care less about rugby. I don't love the sport either way. Which other sport has a fantasy? Yes, also a Formula One. Formula One also has a fantasy. So anyway, that is just on the side in case maybe you guys want to expand your knowledge. In fact, if you want to get more insight into any sport, playing fantasy is a very good opportunity because the beauty with fantasy is that it makes you follow all the games. Two, makes you look at stats, makes you look at potential fixtures, futuristic fixtures, and all that. Makes you look at maybe chances created and all that, XG, because you have to research. You can't just put a team out there and say, you know what, I've put these guys onto my fantasy team. Now I'm just trusting them to go and play. What if you are picking players who do not even rack up, maybe in case maybe for strikers or maybe midfielders? Maybe you are playing with midfielders or strikers who don't normally get a lot of goals, who would rather assist or just be the ones on the back assisting for others. Best example, somebody like Joshua Kimmich for Bayern. This guy can be a very good fantasy. He's a very good player, fantasy, because at least he is able to, not in fantasy, he's a very good player whenever you just watch the game, because he knows how to pick up a pass. He's a very good crosser of the ball. He's also a good defender as well. But at the same time, when it comes to fantasy, don't expect him to do all that for the team, because you see, in fantasy, all that does not count. All that does not count. So that's why I said, whenever you're picking fantasy teams, don't pick players based on your own bias. Just because you prefer a team doesn't mean that now you load up with all its players. Because I have known of guys in the past, they are Arsenal supporters, but when it comes to the fantasy Premier League, they always just they always have a minimum of three Arsenal players in their team, which to me is sometimes doesn't really work, because whenever you pick players and have maybe three players from one team, it means that these players have to be performing both defensively and also attacking. So that's why I said you have to know how to pick players in fantasy. That's why I said it also expands your knowledge of the sport, because you get to know how the game is played on paper, not just gimmicks. Because there are people who just like watching football based on stats. As soon as a game is being played, or rather, it's like they watch the game through the lens of stats. If a player did not rack up any stats, that means that did not play well in that game. But stats does not tell you the full picture of any game. Anyway, guys, second half is about to start. As always, guys, out there, if it's your first time here on the channel, do smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. It's your first time, make sure you do all that wonderful stuff. If you're a returning subscriber, do make sure that you support the channel by liking the video. So, second half is about to start. Arsenal about to kick us off for the second half. Yeah, so Arsenal are about to kick us off for the second half. So let's see how these games are gonna go in the second half. Let's hope the second halves are gonna be way more open compared to the first halves. Anyway, we are underway. Raya just kicks it long to the Bayern half, and the ball just goes out of play. So Nua with the pass tries to find Stanisic. Stanisic over, it's back with Pamecano. This is Nua. Nua kicks it long. Finds Olise. Nice pass into Olise. Olise, was he fouled by Zubamendi? Yep, he was fouled by Zubamendi. Olise wanted to take the free kick quickly. Zubamendi ensured that that did not happen. Anyway, guys, make sure you're liking the video and subscribing to the channel if you're not already subscribed. This is Pamecano. It's now Olise, Stanisic. Seems the game is just maybe gonna follow the pattern of the first half, because Bayern are just happy to keep the ball, while Arsenal are just retreated into their shell. Maybe it seems like for Arsenal today they're just simply wanting to play off the counter and maybe capitalize on any set pieces that they might get. Ball is back with Noah. Noah back to Gnabry. Remember, Gnabry back in the day used to play as a central midfielder, but when he was taken to Bayern, he started being played as a 10. Then he's also being played as a winger. So at least he has reinvented his game. Huh? Oh man, it's passed to Saka. Saka! Big chance, man. Come on, Saka. You should be barring that chance. Yeah, it's gonna be a corner. It's gonna be a corner, man. What a wonderful fingertip save by Noah. Wonderful pass by Timber. And then Kimmich just gave it away straight to Saka. Then Saka with a venomous shot on his right foot. It was actually tipped over the bar by Noah. So it's a corner to Arsenal. It's a corner to the Arsenal. Let's see what they're going to do from this corner. Second shot into Saka, into Eze. Saka, come on. The box. Cleared by Stanisic. Nice defending by Kane. Heads it back to his goalkeeper. Kick long to Olise. Yeah, Olise has been an awesome outlet for Bayern. Actually, Noah is finding him very well with those passes. Very, very well. Kimmich. Yep. Saka got the ball. Easy. Unable to get ahead of Jonathan Tah. It's now Gnabry. Gnabry one-on-one versus Timber. Gnabry coming forward. Gnabry. Kane is not going to get to that. Have you forgotten, Gnabry, that Kane is not blessed for pace? Come on, you don't expect him to get to that pass. Clearly. It's not Kane's strongest game so far. Yeah, Jonathan Tah fouls easy, so it's going to be free kick to Arsenal. Have the other games also kicked off for the second half? I'm sure they have. I am sure they have kicked off for the second. Saka. Nice defending by Lima. Another set piece opportunity for Arsenal. The box. Yeah, Gnabry was fouled. But it was off the ball. So the foul was actually committed before the corner was taken. So doesn't mean that it's now a foul for Bayern. No, it's not a free kick for Bayern. Just have to retake the corner. Yeah, because company clearly knows that these guys are very good from set pieces. So anyway, Arsenal as always doing their usual set piece routine. Taken by Saka. Saka into the box. Free header. Ay, 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 ay. Timber. Goal mouth scramble. Clear it, Bayern. Clear it. Yeah, it's been cleared, man. Funnel has been headed clear. Eze into Saka. Merino. Vadiba. He was off balance. That was a goal mouth scramble for Arsenal. Arsenal are clearly very dangerous from set pieces. Saliba just missed the header. Just missed the header, man. Actually, it was Merino. It was Merino who missed the header. Merino was one attacking the ball. He missed his header. Hey, if you'd have buried that, man, that would have been a wonderful goal, man. Awesome aerial reach. And you guys do make sure that you are liking the video and subscribing to the channel. If it's your first time here on the Vinskey Valor YouTube channel, make sure you are liking the video and subscribing to the channel. If you are a returning subscriber, do make sure that you support the channel by liking the video. Yeah, Teta is so animated on the touchline. Seems like he's under pressure. And he shouldn't be under pressure. Only has the Arsenal board demanded of him to win the Champions League this season. But if there's something that should be a non-negotiable for Arteta this season, he should be winning title. Whether a league title or just any kind of trophy. That should be non-negotiable, man. In fact, they're actually my favorites to win the Premier League. Because so far, no team is showing the consistency that Arsenal do have. Zubamendi fouls Olise. Yeah, so no team is showing the consistency that Arsenal is showing. So you can pretty much say that if they are to beat Chelsea on the weekend, because they play Chelsea on the weekend, then you can clearly say that the league title is theirs now. Because I don't see how they're gonna slip up. Unless they do. Anyway, they've been down that road before. They've actually slipped up like twice in the past. So I'm sure it's not gonna be third time unlucky for Arsenal. It's high time they now get over the line, man. Kimmich with their cross into the box. Hard cross, man. All the way to Raya. This is Rice. Rice coming forward. Rice. Rice. Forces a corner off Lima. So it's gonna be a corner for Arsenal. Because this is what Arsenal love, eh? Set piece after set piece after set piece. Gonna be taken by Saka again. Let's see what they're gonna conjure up from this, eh? Anyway, the more Arsenal corners, the more corners Arsenal have, higher the likelihood of them scoring. In fact, I would not be surprised if they have to score from corner again. I would not be surprised because their most effective weapon this season. Saka into the box, headed away by Kane, recycled by Saka. Saka into the box, thank you, into the box. Merino header straight at Noah. Wonderful header. It's kind of hard to get that header towards goal. The ball was actually kind of a low cross into the box. So Kimmich with the awesome pass into Carl. Carl gets away from Skelly. Carl into the box. Carl! Oh, should have buried that, man. Honestly, that was a big chance for Bayern. He should have buried that, man. Oh, Skelly was struggling to get back at him. Come on, Skelly. That is poor defending. Surely, Skelly. Come on, Skelly. That was very poor defending, man. Because Carl should not be beating you for pace, eh? He shouldn't. He's Madueke. He's now Eze. Nice tackle by Ozaro Lise. Yeah, nice tackle by Lise. Yeah, this game is pretty much in the balance. It is anybody's game at this point. It is anybody's game at this point. You can't call and say this team is automatically gonna win this game from here. No, you can't really say that because Madueke crossed into the box. Got a corner. Stanisic concedes yet another corner. So it's now the turn of Declan Rice. I told you, I will not be surprised if they score. I will not be surprised, guys. I will not be surprised. Because Declan Rice, man, there's a guy who has a very, very wonderful delivery off that right foot. It's Declan Rice. Normally pings the ball so well to that 6-yard box. Very, very dangerous crosses into the box. So, anyway, let's see what they're going to conjure up. Let's see what Arsenal are going to conjure up. Rice to the box. Oh, headed wide, man, by Merino. Yeah. Merino. Okay. I get your idea. Corner of his head. But ball just drifted wide, man. I told you, these guys, they are a serious threat from set pieces, man. Serious threat. Serious threat for many teams, man. That is why you should make sure that at all costs you avoid giving Arsenal corners, because out of maybe 3 or 4 corners, they're gonna score off one. So Noah to Lima Gnabry. It's back with Noah. Noah kicks it long. Led away by Mosquera. It's picked up by Madueke. Madueke, was he fouled? That didn't look like a foul, man. Honestly, referee, that should not be a yellow card. Come on. That didn't look like a foul. But it seemed like the ball had gotten away from him and then Madueke just went down, huh? Let me see. What did he actually foul him? There was no foul whatsoever. There was no foul. It was actually a dive by Madueke. Oh, sorry. My bad. May have stood on his foot, huh? Yep. So yellow card for company, eh? For the protest, eh? So both managers have currently been booked. So both managers have picked up a caution today. Vincent Company and Mikel Arteta. That just shows you the seriousness that they have given this game, huh? Shows you the seriousness that they have given this game, man. And it's another free kick to Arsenal. Rice. Oh, that's a brilliant cross. Ay, 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 Mosquera. Eh, Arsenal are really knocking on the door when it comes to these set pieces. Eh? They are clearly knocking on the door. Was it saved by Noah? Oh, what a save from Noah. What a save. Mosquera had buried that chance. Mosquera had actually buried that chance. Arsenal knocking on the door. Knocking on the door now. Rice into the box. Cleared by Tar. Carl tries to get to the ball. It's not going to get. Circled by Eze. It's now with David Raya. It's now Rice. Picked up by Kane. Yeah, Kane was fouled by Mosquera. This is Lima. Lima back with Noah. Noah kicks it straight out of play. This is Madueke. This is Zubamendi. Back with Saliba. Timber. This is Saliba. Bayern still shaving it in terms of possession. 60% to Arsenal's 40%. So it's Arsenal's turn to keep the ball so that they can break down this Bayern Munich team. In fact, I haven't checked the updated scores. The other games. It's been a while since I checked scores, man. Even forgotten about that, man. By Madueke is now Rice. Rice is clean through. Rice. Oh, what a save from Noah. What a save. What a save from Noah, man. My goodness. PSV has scored a second goal, man. PSV have actually scored a second goal against Liverpool. So it's Liverpool 1, PSV 2. My goodness. Liverpool, man. What the heck? And Paris Saint-Germain leading 3-2. I've actually missed 3 goals, man. So PSG 3, Tottenham 2. And see, Madrid are currently leading 4-2. So Olympiacos 2, Madrid 4. Yeah, so, man. Atlanta have actually scored 3 goals the second half against Frankfurt. Wow. Wow. And who scored the other goal for Madrid? Let me see. Who scored the fourth goal for them? Is it Mbappe? Yay, Mbappe, man. Mbappe with all 4 goals for Real Madrid. So Mbappe is clearly the hero of this match of this match week in the Champions League. Then for PSV, who has actually scored a second goal for PSV, was actually scored by Till. Oh my goodness. Hey, Liverpool are in serious trouble. Liverpool in serious trouble. I think Slot needs to go now. He needs to go now. Honestly, Slot needs to go. Slot needs to go. He clearly cannot turn this around. He clearly does not have the expertise or the experience to turn this around. So for Tottenham PSG game, Vitinha with the brace, then Fabian Ruiz with the other goal, then Kolo Muani. Actually, Tottenham regained the lead 2-1. Then Vitinha equalized back to 2-2 again. And then Fabian Ruiz with the goal that has given PSG the lead. This is Olise versus Kelly. Kelly leaks. Olise! Ay, 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 ay. That's the beating of Skelly. Hey, Skelly, man. They need to take him off, man. Skelly is clearly the weak link as far as Arsenal are concerned. What's going on, man? Skelly. It seems like he's doesn't want to be out there. The way he's defending today, it's like so casual. Look at this. Because if Califiori is injured for long, then they are forced to play with Skelly. He might be the weak link. It's now 1-on-1. Again, this is Olise. Skimich, Pavlovic. This is Ta. Back to Lima. Lima concedes possession. It's been turned over. It's now with Eze. All Tottenham players are now back. They are half. Mosquera. Zubamendi. On the bench. Let me see who's on the bench. You can come on and this game. So for Arsenal, got Kepa, the bench, Setford, Ben White, Hincap, Califiori, Nogard, Odegaard, Waneri, and Martinelli. Oh wow. Odegaard is back. Good to have him back. Saka has to force his way through. Kept the ball well. Yeah, at least Califiori and Martinelli coming on. Yeah, take off Skelly. Take off Skelly. Because Skelly is clearly the weak link out there. Yeah. So Califiori and Martinelli about to come on. I don't know whether it's for Eze or Merino. But I'm sure Skelly is the one who's going to be taken off. Yep. Yeah, Saka is being taken off for Martinelli. I just shows you that maybe see with Saka I don't really know whether it's an injury or what. Because with Saka, as soon as you see him start walking like that, you don't know whether it's an injury. Yeah, so Calafiori come on to replace Skelly, as I'd called it, yeah. Because Skelly was clearly a weak link down this left-hand side. Martinelli is back. So, yeah, I'm sure maybe they're just trying to protect Saka. That just shows that maybe Arteta is happy with the point. Maybe he is happy with the point. So taking off Saka, one of your most dependable players, means that maybe you're content with the point. It not be a bad point for him either way. It's not be a bad point because he still has the other games to play that are gonna be coming up now into December and January because the league phase concludes in January, game week 8. So Pamecano back to newer. Pamecano, bad pass. Ah, man. They may have shot themselves on the foot. This is Calafiori. Calafiori! Goal! Madueke! And just like that, I told you this goal was coming, eh? Wonderful assist from Calafiori. It was a mistake by Tar. I don't know what he was doing out there because he just gave the ball away to Rice. Rice played it on the left towards to Eze. Eze into Calafiori. Calafiori on the overlap. And then Calafiori just crossed the ball into the box, into the 6-yard box. Madueke got ahead of Lima and just passed the ball into the net. What a finish by Madueke. What a cross, man. What a cross. At least the substitutes have actually combined well for us, no? Madueke and Calafiori. So it was actually a mistake by Pamecano. Pamecano with a mistake, man. I don't know what he was thinking. Honestly, not what he was thinking because he just gave the ball away to Rice. Oh man, Liverpool have considered a third goal, man. Liverpool have now considered a third goal against PSV. Jesus, man. Liverpool. Ay, 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 ay. Well, let me just switch over to that game. Not get rid of this guy. Get rid of Slot ASAP. Liverpool. Hey, Liverpool. Liverpool are so done, man. Can't just like Slot cannot fix this. Slot cannot fix this. Slot cannot fix this at all. Can't fix this. Just having a look at that. Looking at that Liverpool goal, eh? Want to see what happened. It's Konate, my good. Konato is playing against Liverpool. Eh? He's clearly playing against them. Konate. This guy was actually pushing for a move to Real Madrid. How? How is he ever gonna get a move to Real Madrid? How is he gonna get a move? Thought that Gnabry should have buried that chance. Eh? So Gnabry is being taken off. Eh? So Lyman Gnabry being taken off. Nicholas Jackson and Bischoff coming on. So Bischoff and Nicholas Jackson have come on for Bayern. So 11 Jackson. So anyway, sure, it's Konate is the one who was actually shot his club in the foot. I don't know what Konate was doing. Honestly, did not know what he was doing. Yeah, Paris Saint Germain, rather PSG, currently leading 4-3 against Tottenham. So maybe that was the game that we should have followed. But it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. PSG 4, Tottenham 3. So like that game has become a high scoring affair. And nobody expected that. Nobody expected a high scoring affair in that game. So PSV won. So PSV are currently leading 3-1. So I think Slot is done. Just get rid of him, man. Get rid of Slot. Get rid of him. Get rid of him. So those are the updated scores across the ground. So nothing much, But anyway, keep you updated, man. We will keep you updated. Yeah, Arsenal, I think with this victory, they're gonna remain as the only team that has 100% record. Actually, Inter have equalized, so at least Inter have a chance of maybe they have a way of salvaging their 100% record. Olise versus Calafiori, back to Kimmich. This is Upamecano who gave away the goal. Yeah, it was a poor pass from Upamecano. Maybe that is what it needed. Just poor pass, or maybe a mistake from either defense to actually unlock teams. Olise loses out. By Eze. Eze into Martinelli. Oh my God, what is Noah doing? Go! Martinelli! Martinelli! Oh, that was comic. That was comical from Noah, man. What was he doing? Why was he coming all the way out, man, to get and try and get the ball? Yeah, no, that is what a mistake that has actually now officially cost Bayern the points in this game. Yeah, horror show from Noah and a mistake by Upamecano has gifted Arsenal the victory now. Yeah, Arsenal have won now. They have now won this game. I don't know what Noah was doing. He came out. I don't know what he was trying to do. He was trying to get to the ball, but he completely missed it. Completely missed the ball. Martinelli just passed the ball into an unguarded net. Yeah, Kimmich could not be able to catch up to Martinelli. Yep. Yeah, Bayern have just gifted Arsenal two gifts. Two gift of our goals in the past 10 minutes. And just like that, the game has gotten away from Bayern Munich. Seems like Arsenal have done enough to secure the victory. So, Arsenal so far, the only team that will be that will have a 100% record in the Champions League. Because this result will now be official. Madueke Newer comes out. Sometimes that is what happens when Newer comes out. Does tend to miss the ball. Remember, even for Schalke, that is what used to happen. The number of times he used to come out to get the ball as a sweeper keeper, he'd just miss the ball and then the opposition would get the ball and just pass the ball into an unguarded net. Yeah, PSG scored a fifth goal against Tottenham. So PSG 5, Tottenham 3. Sheesh. What a game in Paris, man. You guys are clearly serving up a Champions League classic. Can pretty much say this game is over now. This game is pretty much over. Yeah. We're gonna have a look at all the goals as soon as this one ends. Because there have been so many goals scored today. Nice header by Merino to Martinelli. Martinelli able to get away from Kimmich. Got a foul on Kimmich. Mikel Merino, yellow card. Yellow carded, man. Poor tackle by Merino. Yep. Timber is being taken off. So Timber is being taken off for Arsenal. At least now they can go and rest their players for the Arsenal game. Sorry, for the Chelsea game on the weekend. So Eze also been taken off. So Ben White has come on to replace Timber. Then Odegaard has come on to replace Eze. So Bayern also making a few changes. Kimmich's been taken off. So Kimmich for Goretzka. Then Carl also been taken off. Was actually replaced him. Let me see. So Carl, Kimmich and Upamecano off. Guerrero or Kim. Kim. Kim Min Jae. Kim Min Jae, the South Korean. He's come on to replace Upamecano. Then Guerrero. Guerrero has replaced Carl. Bayern better hope they don't consider fourth goal. Huh? Abud by Zubamendi. Yeah, Bayern have clearly gifted this victory to us now. They shot themselves in the foot. They did shoot themselves in the foot. The Olympiacos have actually pulled a goal back, so it's Olympiacos 3, Real Madrid 4. Martinelli trying to get away from Pavlovic. Ise. Stanisic. Being considered by Stanisic. So Olympiacos have actually pulled a goal back. So it's still 4-3 to Madrid. Odegaard, this is Martinelli. Odegaard, unlucky. Offside. Really was offside, man. Arsenal are clearly hungry for more goals. Actually smelling blood. Dua with the hoofball forward. Saliba with the foul. By Guerrero. Guerrero back to Ta. This game was pretty much very even until those two mistakes. So, but anyway, they still count. Because either way, um, so it's one thing to have the chance of a mistake. It's a totally different thing to convert the chances. So, fully deserved from Arsenal because they took advantage of those two mistakes by the Bayern defense from Nua and also from Pamecano. Pamecano is the one who gifted the ball to Declan Rice, turned over the ball. That just like that, Arsenal gotten a second goal. So, because this one is pretty much almost over. Let me see whether I can glance over to the Liverpool game. Get to know what the atmosphere is like. Get rid of this guy. Get rid of this. Hmm. Hey, Liverpool. Salah even start this game. Salah still playing. I don't know why he's still playing. Stinker, man. Stinker after stinker. There might be a fourth goal here for PSV. The ball's lie. Yeah, ball has been turned over. 4 minutes of added time. The Liverpool game is now in stoppage time. Yeah, the Arsenal game is actually a little bit behind, so gonna be in stoppage time as well. Jones back to Mamadashvili. What did Mamadashvili start this game? I thought Alisson was good to go. Gakpo, or given away by Gakpo. Liverpool will actually consider fourth goal here. It's 4 versus 4. Oh my god. This is actually a fourth goal. Oh jeez. Shot! Wow. Liverpool. It's now becoming comical. It's now becoming comical. Oh man. Liverpool 1, PSV 4. Oh my goodness. Yep. Losing has become a habit for Liverpool now. It has clearly become a habit for them. Clearly, losing is now becoming a habit for Liverpool. This guy needs to go. Sack him. Please, please, please. Sack this guy. Before the West Ham game, make sure you salvage the season before it's too late. Come on, Liverpool board. You need to get rid of this guy. I'm sure the Liverpool fans are going to be in serious meltdown. 4-1 against a PSV team. 4-1. My goodness. Is this PSV team even top of their league? Let me check. Are they even top of the? But see, nowadays, it doesn't really take much to beat Liverpool. Eh? They're actually top. Yeah, they're actually top of the Eredivisie. They are clear. 6 points clear of Feyenoord in second place. My goodness. Of course, the Liverpool fans trying to rally their team, the You Never Walk Alone song, but it doesn't really matter, man. And if you say you never walk alone, you are walking alone, man. Defeats can, it's also very, they say it's lonely at the top, but at the same time, it's also very lonely at the bottom. Because you feel like the whole world is conspiring against you. Come on, just put them out of their misery. Ah, my. 4-1. 4-1. Jeez. 4-1, man. I even start even paying attention to the Arsenal game. How many minutes of added time? 4 minutes. 4 minutes of added time in the Arsenal game. Yeah. I've had to switch over to this game because, my goodness. 4-1, man. 4-1. I'm astonished. Was there even a considered fifth goal? Ah, yeah, the referee had to blow the final whistle, eh? Who's at the final whistle for Liverpool? My goodness. They say it's Liverpool's worst run of defeat since 1954. That's 70 years ago, man. Their worst run in 70 years. 9 defeats in 12 games. Because in that run, they have only won against Frankfurt, Real Madrid, and Aston Villa. The other games, defeat upon defeat. Get rid of this guy. Get rid of this guy. I know the Arsenal game was our featured game, but no, we clearly now have to talk about this now. We clearly have to talk about Liverpool, man. We cannot ignore it any longer. We cannot ignore it for much longer now. Where is the hunger? Where is the desire? Where is the passion? Where is the work rate that he used to have? You can't really tell me that all this has been caused by Jota's passing. No, you can't really say that, man. You can't say that now. Because at the end of the day, yes, you lose a player in the dressing room, but that does not mean that you fall apart. Because remember, was it I normally reference this, the Munich air disaster way back in the 1950s. Was it 57 or 58 for Manchester United? They actually lost like 5 or 6 of their starters in that plane crash. But that did not mean that now the team disintegrated. In fact, back then the other teams in the league donated players to Manchester United because the team was clearly decimated, man, because they lost around, is it around 15 guys, 15 members of the, not only the team, but also the technical team and also the what? Yeah, the technical team and the players. And then on that, during that season, the other teams in the league actually donated a few players to Manchester United to help them rebuild because of that disaster. But now for Liverpool, yes, I know it's heartbreaking to lose Jota. It's heartbreaking to lose somebody that was a consistent member in the dressing room. But at the same time, the drop off, what? Drop off is big, man. It's Liverpool. It's like Liverpool are playing as if the season is coming to an end. It's like the season is ending tomorrow. It's like maybe this is like the last game of the season. Yeah, the Arsenal game is officially over as well. So the other game's over as well. Yeah, so PSG have actually been given shown a red card. Atletico have scored a second goal. So that means that Inter Milan are going to fall to a defeat as well. So that means that Arsenal are the only team that maintains the unbeaten record and has 100% record in the Champions League. Because Atletico are currently beating Inter. Inter and Bayern were the teams that had a 100% record also together with Arsenal. But since Arsenal have beaten Bayern, so Bayern's record vaporized, and Inter losing to Atletico at the moment. So that means that they're also gonna lose their 100% record. Yep, and that game is over. So, guys, official results. Yes, PSG actually they're down to 10 men, but they've actually scored a fifth goal against Tottenham. Actually, they scored it a while back. So, wow, this has been a very topsy-turvy game, man. Nobody had predicted this kind of game, man. Because it's been glove for glove, pound for pound. PSG had to come back had to come back twice from the brink of defeat. They conceded one goal, then they equalized through Vitinha. They scored Tottenham scored a second goal through Colomwani's first goal for his new club. Vitinha equalized. Then PSG scored a third goal, then a fourth goal, then Tottenham scored a third goal, then PSG scored their fifth goal. So 8-goal thriller in Paris, 8-goal thriller, man. It's PSG team, Yeah, they are playing, conceding so many goals, by the way. They're conceding so many goals, and one of the hallmarks of PSG's title, the Champions League winning season, last season, was their defensive pace, other how they used to keep tight at the back. But this season, it's like they're conceding so many goals, man. Consider 3 goals to Tottenham. 3 goals to Tottenham. A Tottenham team that is so dead. Tottenham team that is neither here nor there. That shipped 4 goals against Arsenal. It's gonna be very hard for PSG to retain this league. I don't see them retaining this league, honestly. I honestly do not see PSG retaining this Champions League crown. I don't see them retaining this crown. Anyway, back to the Liverpool game. The PSV fans are still in the stadium celebrating. They have not left. Wherever they were seated in their away stand, they're all still there, man. They were given a very small section, the corner at Anfield, and they're all still there, man. Liverpool. Jeez. You know what? Clearly, we need to dissect this now. This is becoming, in fact, it's not becoming. It has already gotten to that level. I'd already said that Liverpool are already in a crisis because losing 8 games, losing 11 games, not 11 games, losing 8 games out of 11 was already a crisis because that is relegation form. That is serious relegation form. In fact, in the past 6 games, Liverpool actually sit bottom of the form table. Not bottom, but in the bottom three as far as form is concerned. And if this goes on, they might actually be even in a top 4 race. It might actually be very, very hard for them to get Champions League football next season. Because you see, the same way winning is a habit, losing as well is also a habit. And it's like Liverpool are forming a habit of losing game upon game upon game upon game. They just keep picking up one loss after another, one loss after another. It's like this train or this rolling stone just keeps knocking them off every now and then, man. It's like this is not gonna stop. This is not gonna stop. That's why I said, you know what, at this point in time, just cut your losses, get rid of this guy. Get rid of Arne Slot, get rid of him completely and his technical bench. Yes, he did a wonderful thing last season. But you know what, it's high time he left. I don't know why Konate is shaking his head. See, this is what perplexes me. Sorry to say this. As a player, you have contributed to one of the goals because of your poor performances. Then you are here just shaking your head like this. And your poor performances have been consistent. The way you are very consistent last season with putting in wonderful performances, this season you have also been putting in poor performance. So it's like your poor performances have now been consistent. And then every now and then you just keep shaking your head. That's why I'm wondering, what does it take for Slot just to change some of the things, some of the aspects of this team? Why not maybe just take off somebody like Konate, who's out of form, and bring on Joe Gomez? Joe Gomez has actually formed a very wonderful defensive pairing with Van Dijk in their title-winning season in 2020, the COVID season. So I don't know why he doesn't trust Joe Gomez. Just put him in there, man. For this issue of always playing Konate every now and then, you expect him. You can't really play the player. You can't expect to be picking the player every now and then and just play him out of bad form. Sometimes you just need to drop them and keep them on the bench for several games until maybe when they get to a level where they actually see, you know what, I've actually lost my place. I need to start earning it back. Because currently, there's nothing that is uh, motivating Konate to actually work for his place because he knows no matter how pathetic he plays, he's still gonna be picked by the manager in the next game, which is now the biggest issue. And he cannot play football like that. Football is not played on merit, guys. You're not picked based on merit. You're picked based on performance. You are picked based on performance, which is what I'd love to see managers do going forward. Don't just be picking players because, oh, they simply worked out for you in the past. If they're not working out for you anymore, then just drop them. Because they could be the exact same players that cost you your job. Because for Slot, he has constantly picked Konate, Van Dijk, Salah, and Isak, and even Kakes, and even sometimes McAllister. Those 6 players have been awful this season. You can't really tell me that there's ever been a point this season where those players have actually turned up and played well for Liverpool this season. No, they haven't. They haven't whatsoever. They have not at all. So, I don't know why he keeps picking them every now and then. And sometimes when you keep picking these players, it might become your downfall, man. It might lead to your downfall. Eventually, you're going to lose the plot. You're going to lose your job because you found those players there. And you're definitely, as a manager, going to leave them there because you're not going to be there. Players might actually be at a club for even 5 to 10 years. But for you as a manager, nowadays, the average tenure of any manager is maybe like 18 months to maybe 2.5 years. But apparently, Slot just keeps picking these guys. I don't know what he's thinking. I don't know what he wants out of this. I don't know whether he expects that one day Van Dijk, Salah, McAllister, Gravenbach as well, Konate, they're just gonna wake up and just start playing impressively better than they were before. No, you have to know how much money Salah and Van Dijk get at Liverpool. In fact, those two players earn rather a combined wage of £700,000 a week. Let that sink in. Salah earns 350. I think, is it 400 or what? Was it 370? And Van Dijk earns like around 320 or 330. I'm sure it's close to £700,000 a week. So those two players alone are costing Liverpool close to £700,000 a week. And then they're pulling off stinker after stinker after stinker. It's like they can never get dropped. They can never ever get dropped. Because it's like when Slot won the league, like I've always said, he won it because back then Man City fell off. Arsenal was supposed to now be the team that was to take the realms and now see whether they can win the title. But Arsenal also very, I don't know whether they were in transition or what, but they just could not get their act together. That is how Liverpool were able to just to walk to the title. In fact, they won the title by, is it early April? Because Arsenal were unable to keep up with them. In fact, by December, Liverpool are already like, is it 10 or 11 points clear of the nearest challengers? And you see, that worked for Slot last season because he was a newbie in the league. Nobody knew anything about him, and nobody had discovered his tactic. But right now, it's like many teams have figured out how to play against him. And last season, he only won the league by by only buying one player. But it seems like whenever he needed to strengthen the team, it's like the team completely fell apart. And also the player that I always said is say what you can about the likes of Diaz and Nunes. Yes, they may have had an issue at Liverpool. Maybe they were not the best finishers, but they had something that the current Liverpool players do not have, which is industry, commitment, desire, work rate, and the hunger to succeed. That is what Diaz and Sabozla brought to the team. But currently in this Liverpool team, have none of that whatsoever. None of that. None of that, man. That's why I'm like, it was actually a huge blunder to let go of those players, huh? Because they smashed the transfer record twice in the same window, buying Pats and Isak. And they had also bought Eketike for a lot of money, but it seems like they're not getting the return on the investment. And you see, Eketike had also started the season very well, but because of being in and out of the team, eventually his form has also dipped because is the time when Eketike was performing well, Isak was unavailable. Then as soon as Isak was available, he was thrown into the team. So they started playing Isak every now and then. Eketike is on the bench. Eketike will just come have cameos off the bench. Then eventually his form dipped. Now when Isak is now when you sacrifice your form striker for a striker whom you want to build his match fitness, and then the one that you actually bring on in Isak does not perform, the other guy loses match sharpness and eventually is unable to perform as well. So that is the issue that is happening at Liverpool. Not only are they having players that are not performing, but it's like the manager cannot even like make the right kind of selections. Because the way that Konate and Van Dijk defend, sometimes you might ask yourself, as far as I was asking, even from the get-go, if you have your captain doing such a silly thing like this, your captain in the first half, the first 3 minutes, would put his hand up here. You might think as if he's maybe going up for a layup or something. He handles the ball. And then he's claiming that the guy that actually pushed him made him throw his arms in the air like this. How does that even work? Since when do you see people jumping like this? Whenever you jump like this, and actually your arms, unless you're doing jumping jacks, the ones that you do in for exercises, that is when you do this. But since when do you jump and your arms are automatically just thrown up like this? No. What is he trying to take us for, man? We are not stupid, man. Van Dyke, why are you trying to think of us, man? What are you trying to do? So If you have your captain, in fact, that's what I'm saying, their whole team is shambolic, even right from the manager. If you have your own captain making such mistakes, man, he's handling the ball while his arm is up here, like this, stretched up like this, straight 180 degrees, not curved like this. Because if he handled the ball and his arms were here, okay, this is more or less unnatural. But here, this is 100% unnatural. Because nobody jumps like this. Because the corner came in and then you see him just put his arms in the air like this. You're like, what the hell are you doing? They gifted him a penalty. And then I'm just looking at the highlights of that game, man. And then, so you see, like I said, these issues are way deeper than might actually want to imagine. Because even see the way the players are playing for each other, even when they are defending. And this is something that I picked up from what's the name of this manager? Pep. He normally says, you know what? I have to ensure that each and every season I keep my players hungry, more and more hungry for success. And that is a very crucial point because if you lose that, then it means that your players, as soon as maybe they win, they become successful ones. They think that now, because we have gotten to the mountain, yes, you have gotten there. Now we need to put our feet back up. Uh, let's get on the beach. Let's relax. You have gotten the title, guys. You've gotten the title, so we're okay. But they don't realize that success, getting to the top is just part of the journey. In fact, it's just, I'd say it's like a drop in the ocean. But remaining successful, that is where the real success. That is why for managers like Pep and Klopp, who managed to play at the highest level for a long time, I'd actually say, you know what, those guys were actually successful because of the prolonged level of success that those two managers had with their clubs. But now, for this guy, seems like he's been unable to motivate his players. He's been unable to get them to play the way they're supposed to. In fact, that second goal that the Liverpool conceded from PSV, you could see the desire is not there in the team. The way like they'd go back and maybe cover for each other. Gravenberch was very good at the recovery tackles. He normally used to mop up every kind of chance that is in front of him and it just clear the ball. But now, no desire whatsoever. And then, of course, the other gimmick that the manager likes to do, whenever the game becomes difficult for him, maybe with the game, he needs to accommodate other players. He normally takes he he takes over a player. He brings on maybe an extra midfielder. Then, of course, their best midfielder in Sabozla is pushed to right back. So, how do you expect your best midfielder to be effective from the right back position? Well, he scored today, but he scored because he was playing as a midfielder. I don't know whether he was taken back to play as a defender because I was not watching the game. But that's why I say, you know what? Some of these managers, they're not even the victims of their own success. They're just the victims of their own mismanagement and their own rigidity and refusing to adapt to how the game is supposed to be played because they clearly refuse to adapt. Completely, they refuse to adapt because even a blind man can clearly see that Van Dijk, Konate, Kakez is clearly not working. But look at the third goal. Look at Konate. Seriously, the ball goes under his foot, and when he's supposed to go back and defend, just trots back as if you know what, I've got people defending here, man. And if that number 9 would not have scored, the ball would have been scared to the other guy. We don't know who his name is. They have actually gone to the other guy because he was on the far side. He was by himself. He was by himself, man. If they had gotten that ball, it would have been an overload on this other side. My. No, get rid of this guy. Then you see Konate shaking it. Seriously? In fact, I was even discussing it with somebody just this evening as I was coming from an errand. That the reason why I cannot in any way. For me, I'm usually super, super critical of any professional athlete. I'm usually super critical of them, especially the ones that do play in Europe, because of one thing: the amount of money that you do get. Somebody might actually think that you are a scammer because the way some of them do play, you'll be like, what the heck? Seriously? These guys earn millions of shillings. Millions of shillings. Somebody like Salah. Salah is on 350,000 pounds a week. Converted that to Kenyan money, that equates to how much money is that? That equates to what? 57, yeah, I actually did the math. It's actually 57 million Kenya shillings. So these guys are not only millionaires as far as the African market is concerned, but they're actually billionaires. So when if you're a billionaire at that level, it means that you can get the best that the world has to offer. You can get the best nutritionists, you can get the best coaches, personal coaches to help you with your craft. You can get the best psychologists to help you. Remember, you're struggling with things. You can get the best equipment to play with, gym equipment, boots, all that you can think of. I'm sure I've even forgotten some, but you can get the best of the best. But somehow they still play as if they forgot how they to play the game. That's why I say, you know what? These guys, they wake up every single morning going onto a football pitch just to kick a ball and perfect your art. There's no you can be doing this thing for 7 days straight, Monday through Sunday, and you're not improving, you're not getting any better. That's why that mistake from Van Dijk and the Konate one, for me, you know what? I'm like, those are not even schoolboy errors. Those are just mistakes that should not even be made at that level. Because as a defender, as a footballer rather, how does the ball just go under your feet like that? My friend, you do this for a living. You wake up every morning to do this. You go to sleep. All your entire life is mapped around your craft, your skill, and your talent. But somehow you're still not good at it. Then what do you want, man? Are you cast or something? That's why for me, I will always say that unless maybe somebody would want me to have a discussion with them regarding that. But for me, I know it. I'm usually very, very super critical of this because the amount of money that you are given to perform at that highest level, you can't just be doing things shambolically and thinking that, you know what, I'm okay. See, at least I've done well, I've done my part. No, cannot do that, man. The amount of money that you are paid, Mazi, it's astronomical, man. Imagine right now, what would I do with 57 million Kenya shillings in a week? That means in a month, I'm earning close to 240. Yes, 240 million. So I'm earning 240 million in a month. My goodness. Where would I be, man? Where would I be? I'm sure some of you also in the chat, man. What would you do? What would you do with such kind of money, man? But somehow, still unable to perform at the highest level. When it is impressed upon you to perform, you don't perform, or simply because you got a contract, now you think that I don't need to perform anymore. Now I'm good. Now I'm okay. I don't need to do much. You're having that level of I've settled now. Now, but I'm at the very top. Anyway, sorry guys, I've gone on for some time. It's just that sometimes the way these guys do play the sport normally vexes me. Honestly, vexes me. There are so many players out there who would want such a similar opportunity. But the ones who are actually privileged to get such opportunities actually just waste them. Stinker upon stinker, man. But anyway, it is fine. It's fine. Anyway, thank you so much, guys, for being part of this watch along. We've actually gone way, way past the time that you are supposed to end. But anyway, it's necessary. Maybe it's good to have such discussions. Maybe it's yes, we need to talk about these things, man, because these are things that should all be held to a certain level of accountability. Eh? Should not be a case where we think that we can just go through life without any kind of account. But anyway, maybe you're gonna pick this up over the weekend. We now have the Champions or the Premier League games kicking back into full swing. Liverpool will be traveling to West Ham. I don't know what's gonna happen. But based on this performance, I'd not be surprised if West Ham were even to win. But I'd say this even at the beginning of the stream. If he is to lose this game and lose the West Ham game, just get rid of him. It doesn't matter what is gonna happen, man. Any kind of sentiment towards that manager slot, just get rid of it, man. At times you just need to pull the plug. That is why I used to love Abramovich. Abramovich used to pull the plug. Even on managers that had already won the Champions League. He got rid of Tuchel. Was it 1 year after he had won the Champions League? He was like, you know what? Your performances are pathetic. Just get out, man. I don't care whether you won the league, the Champions League last season. Just get out. Anyway, maybe I'm sure guys are gonna pick it up next week, or this coming weekend. But we will see how things go. Anyway, thank you so much, guys, for being part of the watch along. As always, we're gonna see this back after the stream has ended. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel if it's your first time here on the Vinskey Valor YouTube channel. And as always, support the channel as well. Anyway, it's been a boy right here, Vinskey Valor. To the next video, guys, do take care. Peace.